Okay, guys, we are back again on the 4th of July weekend. This is your boy and host of the world's most dangerous podcast, Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray. And how is everybody doing out there? I know you guys got a lot to talk about. I got a lot to talk about. Now, Sonny Ono is supposed to be here on a Tokyo Heat night. Okay? Hopefully he shows up. If he does, we have Tokyo Heat. If he doesn't, we don't. But it's up to him. We all know Sonny has been MIA for quite some time. For the last few weeks, brother. But be it as it may, we're going to hope he shows up tonight. Marcus, what's up? Amanda, what's up? Those are the guys that's watching out there on Facebook. And guys, if watching on Facebook, if you want to see the show live, you can go to Facebook. I'm on Facebook on my phone, and I'm also on Facebook if you become a subscriber on my Facebook channel. I don't know which one you guys are watching. I really don't know. We can find out. We can find out. I don't know which one you guys are watching, but we can find out. But AW1, what is going on, brother? But like I said, hopefully Sonny will come on. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see. And Kron, what's up, brother? We'll go from there, see what happens. Hold on a second, guys. But like I said, man, it is what it is. Now, you guys know last week, man, we had the last episode of Who Killed WCW. I would like to know what you guys think. The call-in number is 832-243-4428. 832-443-4428. I'm going to say it one more time. 832-443-4428. Did I say that right? 832-243-4428. 832-243-4428. Maybe I had it wrong there for a second. I don't know. But somebody, Amanda, said technical issues keeping you from coming in. I was just talking to a few people on Facebook that want to come on camera. Sometimes it works, guys. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. But there's nothing I can do about it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But anyway, I want to know what you guys think about that, man. Because I'm going to tell you something, man. I didn't really learn anything that I didn't already know. Other than a few of the behind-the-scenes things with some of the executives. I didn't really learn anything I didn't already know. But that's just me. Maybe you guys, I'm quite sure you guys seen a lot of stuff that you guys didn't know. But it was a lot of things that they touched on, but there's a lot of things they should have touched on that they didn't touch on that I know personally. Who we got out there? Somebody had just showed up on my camera. I couldn't see who it was. Then all of a sudden they were gone. Sorry about that, whoever that was. Sometimes my thing be tripping, man. Oh, I think that might have been Jay. But my thing, it says tripping. I don't know. But anyway, that's why, like from the beginning, I knew this whole thing was just about ratings and things of that nature, because there's a lot of things that I know personally that they didn't touch on. I'm not going to bring them up because who is that? Marcus saying, I think Russo pretty much had the buddy system, but didn't know how to work. I'm going to tell you something, Marcus. By the time Russo got there, the Titanic was already had water coming on board. I'm going to be straight up and honest with you. Wait a minute, there goes Sonny. See what he's saying. He said he's finishing up dinner or something like that. But it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, man. If Titanic had already hit the iceberg, what Russo came in to do was kind of resurrect things. But the thing was this. Who's that saying that? Who's that saying that the guy that pulled the plug on WCW officially died a couple of weeks ago? You know something? I think you're more right. I think you're more right than wrong. See, seriously. I think you're more right than wrong. For some reason. Oh, there it goes. My Wi-Fi is saying something. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, man. You know, I think a lot of stuff that we learned, hell, didn't really. I don't think it really got to the real nitty-gritty of anything. They showed a lot of the dysfunctionality of the company from within, and they showed a lot of people talking. Some people shouldn't have even been on the show. I'm gonna be honest. Marco, let me see what you're saying. Brian Clark got some interesting takes. I follow him on X. He said he don't blame one person solely. No, I don't think anybody ever thought. Well, I think maybe a lot of fans did, because they really don't know. From the people that was there, we all know it wasn't one person. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Marco. One person did, in my opinion, did push the first ball of ice. And then it turned into just like when you push ice down a hill and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah. I really, yeah. I think you can blame one person for that. the most entertaining part of the beef, part of the doc was Brett and Goldberg beef. Yeah, that might be interesting if you into that kind of shit. I'm really not. I really could give two shits about what beef two guys got. I mean, you know, that kind of inverted way of looking at life doesn't interest me. It might interest you. Everybody got their own thing. I mean, two people not getting along because of whatever reason, with all due respect, I really don't fucking care. I mean, it's got nothing to do with the documentary to me. Everybody already knows how that, well, I mean, how is that so interesting, Kush, that you already know about it and you've been hearing about it for the past 25 years? How is that so interesting as far as a documentary goes? Everybody know about that. It's no secret. With all due respect, everybody know about that. So that coming out on a documentary makes it more exhilarating. I don't know why, but everybody got their own thing, man. I ain't trying to tell nobody what to think or how to look at things, so on and so forth. But I'm trying to actually surmise, okay, the fact that the title of this whole documentary is about who killed a professional wrestling company. So, and you know, I don't think we found out who killed anything. I think, with all due respect, like I said, you had certain people on a giving references. I don't think Bret Hart was there long enough to give his analogies. I really don't. He's an outsider coming in from another company and was never used properly. So why does his words weigh more than people that was there the whole time and really know way more than him? That's me just giving my opinion, no disrespect. Secondly, why was Charmel, who didn't do anything in the wrestling business other than be a dancer, that's it, why was she on the show giving her 2 cents in an analogy about something she knows nothing of? She knows nothing about the wrestling business, certainly not back then, maybe now, but certainly not back then. That's an opinion, but it's a professional opinion, not something from the outside, you know. You know, so if you really look at the real players in the game, of which started the spiral of a company, the guy that takes the most blame to me is Eric Bischoff, because the whole documentary was about what decisions he made and why. But if you're going to have wrestlers talking about stuff, why wasn't Hulk Hogan? Why wasn't Hulk Hogan, of all people, who his presence was pretty much the nucleus, other than Bischoff, the nucleus about this whole thing? Why? Kush, I got to agree with you. And Ric Flair, I got to agree with you. Why? Goldbergs, the Kevin Nashes. Okay, they got great opinions, but at the end of the day, Goldberg didn't say nothing. And he'd sit there in his garage and with all his cars in the background and really talked about just, I didn't hear nothing that came out of his mouth that had anything to do with the documentary and what it was trying to foretell. That's just me. No disrespect to that, but I just didn't get it. If you're going to get down to the real nitty gritty, talk to the people that was involved into the demise in some way, shape, or form. That's what I say. And then the part whereas they get to David Arquette and they put the belt on David Arquette. How we wait a minute, Coach just said they saw the money in deciding to do this doc, Book was the most passionate about this. You said Book was the most passionate about it. I didn't see any passion. I didn't see any passion from anybody. Maybe you see something maybe I don't, but I didn't see any passion from anything. I saw them try to make this documentary into David Arquette getting the title, which was the biggest fuck up known to man as far as I'm concerned in professional wrestling history. I will go on record as saying that. And then try to turn that into David Arquette had something to do with Book getting the title. See how they drawed that shit all out. That was bullshit. That was bullshit. Book, how many times you ever had the belt? Well, I'm not worthy of the belt. We should put it on people like so and so and Booker T. How they put that bullshit out there and then like, oh, all of a sudden Book get the title because of David Arquette. Fuck that, man. That's bullshit. For those who don't know. Real talk. And y'all know I don't twist my words for nothing and nobody. Y'all know that. That was bullshit. Little bitch ass should have never had the fucking belt in the first place. You want to kill a company? Do some bullshit like that. If a company is on demise, do some bullshit like that. That's what you do. And I know they had good intentions. I'm just talking real talk. That's all I'm doing. Can't stand real talk. This ain't the show for you. No disrespect to anybody. But I'm about real talk. I'm not about bullshit. I walk it like I talk it. And I'm going to tell you something. If I talk it, I mean it. At the end of the day. Uh-oh. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a second, y'all. Guess who just showed up?
Power off.
Let's see if we can bring him in.
What's up, Stevie Ray?
Let's see if we can bring him in. There he is.
What's up? What's up, Black Bomber?
Cassie, don't know. What's up, man?
What's my Black Bomber? What's up?
I didn't know you was going to make it tonight.
You know, if I could do it, I'll be here with you. You're my favorite podcast after Eric Bischoff.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Speaking of Eric Bischoff, we were just talking about Eric Bischoff in the last episode of
okay.
WCW.
Yeah, I have not seen. I haven't seen the last episode.
You didn't see the last episode?
No.
Why not?
Well, you know, I've been traveling. I'm up here.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, but you still got access to YouTube.
I know. Is it on YouTube? Can you watch it?
It comes on YouTube 24 hours later.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll go see it.
So a week from today, it played. So a week from tomorrow, they've been showing the last episode. Actually, you can get all the episodes on YouTube. You can get them all.
Okay. I didn't see the. I heard Eric talking about episode 3.
Okay.
He said he couldn't watch it because he didn't want to listen to Vince Russo's voice.
Well, you know, they chronicled a lot of the Bischoff and Russo collaboration. Yeah, they did chronicle a lot of that, and it was pretty good, man. I liked it.
Yeah.
But I think with everything that we know and everything that we saw, creative issues have to be put on the back burner, in my opinion.
Listen, if the name of the show, we did this thing with the Cats podcast. You remember when Cats was trying to have me put a heat on Vince Russo, and I said,
right.
No, I said, Vince, you know, I might have a few beef with Vince, but he had nothing to do with killing the WCW. He would have kept that job long as he could if he could have.
Who wouldn't?
Right. And listen, whether the booking was not like a lot of everybody's liked it. It's certainly not what it used to be. Vince came in and did his thing, and whether you like it or you didn't, he was trying to do what he thought was right, but he had nothing to do with it. That company, and there's a lot of truth that came out with that book, Nitro book, that when he went and interviewed a lot of those executives. Listen, Nitro was dead, or the WCW was dead on Turner Network,
right?
Way before. I think it was, Eric will probably tell you, but 1998, way before Vince Russo came on.
Right.
1998 or early 98 was when Eric started on this too. The executive didn't want WCW to succeed. You remember that was tail end of NWO.
Right. But you remember when we were doing the Cats podcast? Go ahead and finish. Go ahead. I'll say this after. Go ahead.
The point is, the Turner executive thought the wrestling in general was lowbrow. You know what I mean? It was. Right. They wanted to show the movies and other stuff.
Right.
They thought wrestling was too much Southern hicks.
And that's what I was bringing up on the other podcast that we did. I said, we don't know how many people that's in the production business, because people don't think about the side of the professional media business, how many cutthroats there are trying to get their product on television, because it's big money in producing TV shows. I don't produce a wrestling show, but I do produce a TV show, or know how to reconnect. Maybe it's a this kind of show, or maybe it's a comedy, or maybe it's this. Who knows? Okay, right. It's big money behind the scenes in that stuff. I'm not making any money off this pro wrestling, but what if I could get my stuff in here? It's cheaper to produce, and I make more money on it. Right. There's a billion guys like that sitting out there.
You also have to remember, Turner could, and this is a fact now. Turner was creating book. Book. When I say book, it means a financial booking.
Right.
You and I know for a fact that they were taking profit from pay-per-view and putting it on like Turner Video.
Right.
It didn't come on WCW, the bottom line.
Right.
And in 1997, 98, we had one of the biggest pay-per-view revenues. They were creating, because they already made a decision to get rid of it.
Right.
So they were looking for excuse.
Right.
Rating was one thing, but more than anything else, they said, hey, we may have a good rating, but this place is bleeding money.
Exactly. And that's the thing that a lot of people like Russo, bringing him in to create a different type of product to get better ratings. I don't think that was going to. No, I don't think that was going to help anything.
It wasn't. It wouldn't have made any difference. Eric said it the best. It wouldn't have made any difference because they already put a nail in a coffin. They were doing everything they can internally, take money from revenue from WCW, putting burden on WCW for loss from other part of the Turner network.
Right.
So, they were just going to make the book look bad so they could justify getting rid of it. And you also have to remember, and Cap, I don't know if his number is correct, but
what's that?
Eric did try to buy WCW for larger.
I remember that. I brought that up. I don't know if you guys remember. I might have been on this show. It might have been on this show. I don't remember that. I brought that up before it even came out on the documentary.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was my show or the show I was doing with you guys. And I didn't remember the numbers, though. I don't know the numbers, but I told guys that. I said, a lot of people don't know this. Might have been on this show. You might have not been on that night, Sonny.
Yeah.
And I told people, a lot of people don't know this, that Eric had got some investors together to try to buy WCW. And then I said, when it came out on the documentary, I was like, oh, wow, they're bringing that up. I didn't know they were.
It was, we heard different numbers, but it was $40-60 million to buy WCW. Now, the deal was basically in place. But that's when Turner came to Eric and said, hey, Okay, but we're not gonna give you a time slot.
Right.
No TV on Turner.
Right.
But they want to get rid of it. And
in essence, what Eric and his investors wanted to do was kind of do like they used to do back before Turner bought WCW.
Right.
In essence, you buy your time and you sell your time.
Right.
To your sponsors.
Right.
You sell your time. And that could have worked.
Yeah, but
that could have worked if the deal had gone down, if it was done the right way. Absolutely. I don't see why not.
But they said, hey, yeah, we'll sell it to you for all that money, but we're not going to give you a time slot.
Right.
You can't.
Which means what?
No ad revenues.
So which means what? Somebody wanted it to fail.
Absolutely. But
somebody was in position to no.
But
even if you do that.
But one point I want to make is then how quickly Turner sold to Vince for a lot less money than he paid for.
But he didn't really sell the company though. Because the company is worth way more than $5 million.
I agree.
Anybody could have bought that. If Eric was smart, but I think somebody was on the inside making sure.
I agree with you 100%. I know.
Dog, I don't care what happened. Get him out of here. We don't want to see him no more.
But not so much that. I think one of the guys that was involved, and I forget the name, but he worked for Vince before.
But that's what I'm talking about. So in essence, you got Vince's influence.
It was
when somebody's trying to make a deal, you still got Vince's influence.
It was an inside job.
It was an inside job. It was an inside job. And a lot of people.
And he wasn't up for a bid. If they would have said, okay, I'm opening up a bid to buy WCW without TV.
Right.
Who gives $2 million? Who gives $3 million?
Right.
They didn't have any of that. They just sold it. What's the word you guys use? It's like buying a car at 2 a.m. at the dealership when nobody's there. It was one of those. Going to auction, you're the only guy who's standing to bid.
Yeah.
It was one of those.
Yeah. Next thing you wake up and it's done, or the deal is done.
I mean, I know we didn't have a knowledge of streaming and all that stuff, what that content's worth. Mm-hmm. But for $3-4 million, come on, man. There was that content.
That content is worth way more than that. But like you say, if somebody's on the inside pulling strings and they don't want anybody to get their hands on the competition. Let's say if Eric and his investors had bought the company for $60-some-odd million.
Right.
And let's say Turner said, well, we can't give you a 2-hour time slot on a weekly basis.
Right.
Well, let's say Eric and them bought it and took it to UPN.
Yeah. Or USA
Let's say they bought it and took it to,
Yeah, USA Network, wherever,
Yes. Or something of that nature.
Right.
They still could have done that. But the first things first is we got to purchase it first.
Right.
You can't just put the deal off the table.
At that point, investors said, hey, if we don't have a network time slot,
right,
one of the largest cable outlet, we can't make the math work.
They got to make the deal with the company first. They got to make a deal with a cable company first or a TV company first.
Yeah, the point I want to make is exactly that. Okay, we're just gonna sell you the freaking content and the hardwares and the stage and
the rings,
the lights and all that. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, let's put it up for bid. Here's the man, Eric and his group made an offer for a large sum of money. They didn't even give them opportunity.
Right.
To bid on just the content.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. I'm like, damn, if you got $60-some-odd million to buy the whole company, you telling me you ain't got $4.8 million to buy the other bullshit? The surface stuff? Really?
Top wrestler who was making all that money could have got together and bought it.
Yeah, Hogan could have bought it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but the truth of the matter is, and since it's the title of the show, Who Killed WCW? WCW was killed by the Turner. That's it.
And yeah, I honestly believe that if push comes to shove, but I think honestly, in a lot of ways, the way the company was ran gave them ammunition.
I agree.
To convince certain people this is not your best bet to keep going with this.
I agree.
Cut your ties.
They didn't want it. It was detrimental to their image of TNT. That's number one. Number two, they cooked the book, so it made it look bad.
Right.
This place is bleeding money. We got all this talent that getting a payday. You know, it's not sustainable. You know, if you go to investors and say, hey, this thing ain't, you know, I know you like wrestling, but this thing is not sustainable.
Right.
You know, because I can show you the book, because they were cooking the book.
Right.
So end of the day, certainly Eric and certainly Vince Russo, much as Ernest Cat Miller wanted me to put a heat on Vince Russo. No, it had nothing to do with it.
Well, you know, it's just like when what was that? Go ahead.
No, man. Well, you know, I mean, Russo was trying to do his best, try to get the rating. And he thought it was the best.
It's just like when I was making assessments about some of the things that I didn't agree with that Eric was doing. He was like, well, what you got against Eric? I ain't got nothing against nobody. No. I'm just giving an opinion on how I look at professional wrestling and some of the things that I thought, like what I was telling you when it comes down to leadership.
I agree.
Me, I'm an iron fist kind of guy. I've had businesses of my own, people work for them. I'm an iron fist guy, but I'm a fair guy, but I'm an iron fist guy. You know, my own daughter will tell you that. I'm the coolest dad in the world.
Best way you explain it was the coach cannot be in the back drinking beer with the boys.
No.
And you're absolutely right.
I mean, Sonny, if you're in the hotel, I'm the boss, and we just got through doing the show, I'll come up to you and go, hey, Sonny, what's up, man? Let me buy you a beer. But, Sonny, don't be looking for me to do that on a weekly basis like we boys.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah. No.
I'm just trying to I'll
be asking for a raise every week.
Right. And then I'm gonna have to can you.
Yeah, and I'm going like, man, I thought we were pals. Mother.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying.
Yeah, every name in a book, that dirty mother.
I'm just looking at everything from a whole perspective of the whole company. That's how I look at. I don't look at things like when Hogan first came in. The first thing he does is put the belt on himself. He beats Ric Flair in the middle of the ring. When you're talking about two iconic figures,
yeah.
Even my boy Cal Cutter last week was giving me an angle, and I really got down on Cal Cutter last week, man.
Yeah,
I really did. Cal Cutter, after thinking about what you said and reanalyzing everything you said, Cal Cutter, I'm gonna have to apologize because you made a good point. Sonny, I really came down on him hard last week, man.
Man,
but I guess he caught me.
He's your boy.
I know he's my boy, man, but sometimes he get on my nerves, man. I think I gotta let my emotions got to me. But Cal Cutter, I was talking about what I'm talking about right now. But Cal Cutter had said, what if Flair had came in, Hogan, and Flair were paying people to keep Hogan from getting to him? And when I thought about that, I was like, Cal Cutter, what you talking about? You running angles now? Whoa, what are you talking about? Then later on, I had to look at it like, you know what? Maybe not that specifically, but he's on the right track. He should, to me, in essence, Hogan, from a wrestling perspective, I'm talking about wrestling business. That's all I'm talking about. Hogan should have never came in and just beat Ric Flair like that. That is a big major pay-per-view that a lot of people been looking to see for a long time. So why give it to him on regular television, bro?
Yeah. No,
why?
Listen, there was a lot of those booking mistakes, I think.
Oh, yeah. I'm just talking about, we're talking about Hogan was the focal point, and I also talked about this, that Hogan of all people, Charmel should have never been on this documentary talking about something of which she knows nothing of. I'm just going to be honest with that. Okay. Bret Hart, I love the guy to death. We had tag matches on the road and stuff like that together. With all due respect, you came in too late to be on this documentary talking about some of the things that he talks about that we've heard 50,000 times on other shows.
He just did a venting of, you know.
Right. So I'm just saying there's certain people that they were talking to, like Ric Flair should have been given his 2 cents. Hogan should have been given his 2 cents, and a few other people and stuff. Not that these guys shouldn't have been on the show, but I'm just saying it's other people that could have brought in a bigger and better perspective if you were going to use talent to try to make a point. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I agree with you.
So, but actually, in all actuality, we actually learned nothing from the talent that they put on there. Now, when it gets down to the nitty gritty, where that thing, when they were talking about Hogan and the Russo thing and who knew this and who didn't know this, who was in on this and so on and so forth, we could have cleared that up.
Yeah.
Right? We could have cleared that up because I've heard both sides. I know what Russo said. He done told it to me personally. Right. And I know what Hogan them sued about. So it don't add up. It don't add up. But I'm just saying, given your perspective, we could have got a little closer. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I didn't like it at all.
No, but listen, it's you know, it's getting a good rating. People.
Well, that's what the whole thing was about.
But that's the point I'm going to.
But if you look at the show, starting from Eric's diatribe, if you will, at the beginning, throughout the whole 4 episodes, it was really about what happened between 1993 and 2001. That's all it was.
Yeah. And those of us, like we started our conversation today, no, it wasn't, you know, you can give Eric a credit for taking Nitro where it was, taking WCW where it was for 83 weeks straight. Now, you got to remember, 83 weeks straight. And we had a few more wins after that. But, you know, to be able to actually compete with WWE, WWF, you know, that's a feather in the cap that nobody can take that away from him.
Nobody can take that away.
And because of that, because he took us there, right, that we even have this conversation.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he should get, you know, he is the man who was in charge at the time, who took WCW to the heights that was. But
I think everybody does give Eric credit for that.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
But the thing is, Eric still has to take account for some of the things that didn't go well.
No, listen.
You know what I'm saying? Because
never had an ending. Unfortunately.
But that's my point. The thing is, we just start adding to it. In essence, when you're doing good, you got leeway to start. I will take another sports analogy. When you're doing good, you can play people in a football game because you're doing so good. You're undefeated. You're beating everybody by 15, 20 points. You can start to test different things that you wouldn't if you was in a dogfight.
Yeah.
You can start to work on different things because the thing is, from a strategic point of view, as it pertains to professional wrestling on a week-to-week episodic theme, we were going in the wrong. We were out in the sea with nowhere to go.
Right.
If you see what I'm saying, we didn't have a destination. And then it's like, okay, now we need a destination. Where do we go now? Well, do we go north, south, east, or west if you're out on the ship? Well, I don't know because I really don't know where we are right now. If anybody understands what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at that thing in retrospect. Could have went.
brother, I used to say this then. Ask anybody that talked to me in the dressing room, because that's just how I'm built. And I used to always say, man, where's this going? What are we doing, man?
No, I hear you. And I think natural could have went, looking at thing in retrospect, should have been black and white versus black and red. That I think that, you know, that should took it to another level, right? Or another level, or continue the NWO theme. And as you know, everybody and his uncle became NWO.
Right.
There was more NWO members than WCW members.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. But the thing is that only goes so far. My thing was this. And I even told Sting this.
Yeah.
On one of the big pay-per-views where he and Hogan was going to show down.
Right.
I said, if I was writing it, it would be like this. When Sting comes out, he comes down from the thing.
Right.
Okay? But he has a hoodie on. And a robe that goes all the way down to his feet. And everybody thinks it's the Sting that's coming from the roof, and he pulls everything off. And it's the old Sting with the paint and all that stuff and the colorful stuff.
Yeah.
And now you and Hogan finna hook it up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody would think that's going to happen. And then you beat Hogan. He beats Hogan.
Right.
And Hogan starts to see, slowly but surely, going back to the old Hulk Hogan of which we loved.
Yeah.
And he turning on the NWO that actually turns on him.
Right.
Have you seen when the Hall and Nashes are behind this whole thing, like Caesar and the Roman Empire? Who killed Caesar? The very people that worked for him.
Yep. No.
Now Hogan sees things for what they really are. And who was there to save him? Sting. Now we got something totally new again.
Right.
But don't ask old Ray Dog. They don't come to me with nothing. Every time I give a good idea, somebody steal it. Somebody jack it. Yeah, they jack my ideas and put them on somebody else. Don't ask old Ray Dog. I ain't thinking for you no more.
Oh, no credit for Ray Dog.
None.
Oh, lovely.
I'm tired of it. Yeah.
That's all right.
You jack my ideas. And Sting loved it. Sting loved it. Yes.
But
and even the deal for my brother. Who came up with all of that? You want to take a wild guess? Anybody out there want to take a wild guess?
Was it part of Harlem Heat? Was the other member one of the?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And that bullshit that they put on TV, talking about David Arquette had something to do with Book getting the title. Get out of here. David Arquette didn't. Book, you never had the title. Oh man, I don't want to represent. I want to give the title to maybe the Bret Harts and the Gold and Booker T. Get out of here, man. And them cheesy ass movies, sorry ass movies he been in. What?
Your blood pressure is really like going through the roof right now.
Cause I get tired of people trying to pull the wool over my eyes, man. This guy ain't had nothing to do with that. Man, get out of here. It was an anomaly. It was an anomaly, a crying shame, if you will, for that sap sucker to get the title in the first place.
So we could actually blame you for killing WCW for not taking the idea to the front office. Because all that stuff you just talked about, it would have been a freaking hit.
I know that.
What were you keeping on? So you killed WCW, but not sharing the idea with everybody.
I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth, Sonny.
Okay, all right.
All right, I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth.
Go ahead.
The honest to God truth was, I was trying to work my way into the office. I wanted to work with talent. No bullshit. This honest to God truth. I never said this on any shows or never had this conversation with you.
You should.
The only person know about it is Cat. Only person know about it is Cat. And that's when I was helping guys with their gimmicks and stuff like that behind the scenes. I remember even who that came up to me one day and said, "Hey man, I heard you were pretty good with coming up helping people out with that." I said, "Yeah, man, for my stuff." Because the person I was talking to I didn't like very much. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
so yeah. So that's just how my mind works, man. I mean, my mind, I didn't really know how creative I was until I got in the wrestling business, you know. So I study stuff, you know what I'm saying, to see it's kind of like a pet peeve when you're sitting at home looking at something and go, how can I make this better? How can I make this car? People should always ask me, hey man, every time you do a car, man, your cars don't look like anybody else's. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm pretty good at customizing a car.
How come Tony Khan hasn't called you?
Huh?
How come Tony Khan hasn't called you?
Well, I don't want no full-time job, dog. I don't want no full-time. Bro, son, I've been threw somebody out the second floor window like Jim Brown, brother. I ain't got the patience. I ain't got the patience for it. But what I wanted to do was work. I wanted to be a road agent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wanted to be a road agent and go out and help, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to work, but you know what I'm saying? I still want to be in the wrestling game, but I didn't want to be on the road 50,000.
I can just see it right now. Say what, sucker? Somebody goes right out the window. That should be on a t-shirt somewhere. Say what, sucker? Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying, I've looked at things back then. And remember, I was brought up
the Black Bomber again.
like when I brought up the Mexicans and stuff like that, I would have taken 2 to 3 of the Mexicans and made them players.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what I'm saying, I would have made them players. Because, Sonny, we got a whole country of Mexicans.
Absolutely.
170 million people.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to use them like an opening act on Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey.
Right.
The circus is going to be here in the next couple of weeks. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
The circus is going to be here. I haven't gone since my daughter was little.
The circus is going to be in Houston?
Yeah. Oh. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey.
I didn't even know they were still around.
Yeah, they just don't advertise anymore like they used to. But they're still around. All right. But anyway, I would have used a couple of those guys to make them players in the game. I probably would have made them heels. You know what I'm saying? I would have turned them on Conan.
Yeah.
I would have turned them on Conan, and they tell Conan, you ain't one of us. So you don't represent us.
We don't answer ass out of here.
We don't answer the Cubans.
Yeah. Right.
Selling sugar cane.
Take your 1957 Chevy up.
Yeah. Batista. You know what I'm saying?
Jimmy Ray,
we like for
writing this stuff, man. Remember, LWO actually went over big time, but they didn't
they just didn't do it right.
They just didn't do it right. No effort in it.
No, and that's what I'm saying.
And look what happened. The LWO is being used by WWF today.
Right. But even that, okay. Somebody had asked me about, because I brought this up. Well, Stevie, can you see one of his Mexican guys being the world champion? I said, wasn't Alberto Del Rio, wasn't he world champion? Wasn't he world champion?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not who it is, it's how you do it. But see, the thing is, the brass in WCW, nobody wants to take a step down.
Right.
Nobody wants to take a step down. So when we got things like that going on, everything else is these guys, and then everything else. Then you got the second tier guy, but everything else is an anomaly act. That's not good for the overall perspective of the show.
I agree with you.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. You also have to remember the underneath guys.
Right.
Not the top of your guy you talk about, but underneath guys. Remember, they revolted. The Benoits and Malenkos and Perry and
right.
Sean Douglas and all those guys. They all left. They went to WWE. Remember?
Right. But what I'm saying is I could see the transition. This is just me from the outside looking in. I could see the transition that professional wrestling is going away from the guy that pulls the wagon. Ask Teddy Long. I'm going to get him back on the show when I start having guests again once we move over to our new network. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be doing a collaboration with Title Match Wrestling. You guys get ready for that. It's coming here soon. We're going to be doing a collaboration with Title Match Wrestling. And that is what I'm waiting on. Once we do that, I'm going to start having guests again, because Title Match Wrestling, everybody out there that's listening to the show, go over to Title Match Wrestling and become a subscriber if you are a wrestling fan. If you are a wrestling fan, you don't want to miss out on this, because, brother, you get more than you bargained for. Believe that. But going back to what we're talking about.
But I thought you were gonna announce that you're gonna go on All Nippon Network.
No. I never even entertained.
It's huge, man. All Nippon Network.
I see that on the side of the Japanese race cars.
Absolutely. Stevie Ray, Black Bomber comes back.
Hey man, hook it up.
Network.
Hook it up.
All right.
Hook it up.
Yeah.
But what I was saying was, see, now
your logo can have a little atomic bomb. the mushroom cloud.
See, I don't want no Japanese people mad at me.
Hey,
I don't want no Japanese people mad at me.
They try to run your ass over.
That was in the States.
Hey,
they have been around white folks. See, them Japanese people been around white folks too long.
No, well,
that's why the Japanese. That's why the husband said.
The article I sent you.
Yeah.
They're looking for Black American to go to Japan and impregnate all the Japanese girls.
They can count me out. They can count me out.
I saw you with your luggage packed already. No, this is no joke.
I already know how they treat. I know how they treat people.
The came out and said, we're looking for all able Black American to come to Japan and increase our dying population.
What's going on with Japanese people, man?
No, there's no babies.
I'm asking you, what's going on?
Because none of the women want to deal with the little folks like me. They're looking for big black man. So the Japanese government, I sent you the article.
I read it.
Japanese government is actually looking for calling out all good Black Americans. Come to Japan, increase our population.
You got enough people. It's already what I don't understand.
The declining population in Japan. And now they know, that Naomi Osaka and who's that Japanese basketball player, the half black guy, how they're doing so well.
Rui what's his name? Rui from the Lakers, Rui Hachimura.
Yeah. So they realize the mixing of Japanese blood and African American, indigenous, they're already hybrided African American and Japanese blood mixed together.
Indigenous,
great athletes, smart.
I tried to tell you that long. I tried to tell you that long time ago.
You did. Smart.
And you wouldn't accept. You wouldn't accept it.
It makes sense.
Oh, now it makes sense.
Well, yeah. Now we've been sponsored. You're being sponsored by Japanese government to bring you Africanness to Japan and make some great athletic kids. We're tired of losing Olympics. I mean, look at it. I watched the Olympics.
The Japanese have a very good.
How many? Okay, like track and field. Come on now. All these guys are breaking record. I didn't see one Asian guy on there.
Well, that's because you're in America.
But hey, we live here.
I seen an Asian girl on the Olympic team as gymnastics.
But they're like the Vietnamese descent, not Japanese descent.
You don't know that.
Oh, I know.
Oh, you know.
Oh, yeah. There one gal that native from Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she's from like Laos or Vietnam or yeah. I want more representation of Japanese
Wait a minute. You got a whole country.
American.
Now, how many people live in the country of Japan? They must have 160 million people. They got as many people as the whole country of Mexico.
I know, but see, here's the fault of the government. And you and I talked about this,
No, we didn't.
Yeah,
don't put me in this. I don't want your Japanese government coming after me.
Japanese want that pure blood. You know what I mean?
Okay, and what's wrong with that?
Well, problem with that is that, the pure blood only goes so far with 5'4". We need to mix it up. We need some that the government figured it out. We need some them black African American come up and rejuvenate.
Okay, well, why don't they just go
rejuvenate the Japanese?
Do you know how many countries there are on the continent of Africa?
No, we don't care. We don't want African blacks. We want American blacks. Because African blacks, American blacks
are
already, I hang out with Billy Blanks. They're already, Bill Blank was a huge hit in South Africa.
Okay.
Woman was going crazy over that big dude.
Okay.
So a guy like you, now I can pimp you out pretty good over in Japan. 20 minutes with Stevie Ray. 280,000 yen.
Hey, Queen, what's up? Okay. So they just want this. I think the continent of Japan is already overpopulated. You got nowhere to go.
No, we have a declining population. They say in about 10 years, there ain't gonna be a lot of Japanese left.
Well, I want to know why.
Because Japanese women are not interested in Japanese men. And
well, who are they interested in? It ain't nothing but Japanese men all around them.
Yeah, so they're like African Americans. The government figured that out. And not only did they figure it out, it's that the offspring of Japanese women and African American produce much better athletes than what we got right now.
So let me get this straight. They're doing this for the future of the Japanese athlete. That's what you're saying.
Well, that's one. That's one part of it. But
but you didn't accept. How many times did I come on this show and I said, every time you mix an African American with the Japanese, they become very good athletes. And I was telling you about all the different athletes. Remember, I was telling you about the kid that was running track.
Yeah.
That was running track. He made the Olympic finals.
They finally figured it
That
out.
means he was one of the 8 fastest men in the world 3 years ago. Just 3 years ago. You didn't want to accept him because you had some black blood in him and you didn't want to accept him. Sonny.
No, I said, as long as his last name is Yakimoto, I'm okay with it. I don't care how dark he is.
Stop lying, man.
Stop lying. He can be dark as Billy Blank and I will love him.
Stop lying. That's not what you said, brother. I still remember this.
Okay, well, there it is.
You said the only reason he good because he got some brother mixed in him.
I didn't say that.
That's what you said, dog. I was like, God.
No. Don't
That's what you said, man.
Don't put a word in my mouth.
That's what you said. You said that sucker don't count. Then I brought up Rui Hachimura with the Lakers. You said the same thing about him. I brought up Naomi Osaka that play tennis. You said the same thing about her.
No,
now all of a sudden you done did a 180. Now you approve of it
because my government has approved and gave me the stamp to endorse your thoughts and your philosophy of creating human hybrid of Africa. What are we gonna call them though? What do you call Japanese and African?
I don't know, man. It's your experiment. You tell me.
Jaguro? Not Japan? I don't know. But I want you, Stevie Ray, because we don't want, you, Cat. We don't, Elix Skipper. Remember him? We want athletic mothers.
Elix Skipper probably the most athletic guy you ever meet.
That's what I mean. Remember that cage thing he did?
Yeah.
The cage walk?
No, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, so we want selected hybrid African American.
Well, brother,
please give him a first class ticket. Put him in a hot tub. Give him a nice scrub at the soap land, and go to town.
Well, brother, I can't speak on this. This is your deal. I tried to tell you. I've explained on this show on many occasions why African American athletes in America are so talented at sports.
I agree.
I've explained that but don't nobody want to hear me. They want to cancel me out like they did Jimmy the Greek. They want to cancel me out.
I believe you. Yeah, I remember Jimmy the Greek too.
Yeah.
He said they're bred that way.
Exactly. He telling the truth.
I know, but Japanese want to tap into that now.
Well, you got Koreans right across the bay.
No, man. Come on now. How many Koreans?
You got Mongolians a little bit further down the road.
No, Mongolia in general, they're small. They're good at a couple of wrestling things, but no, come on now. We want, we want to challenge 4x100. You know what I mean? Like the Jamaicans did.
Right.
Jamaica knew what they were doing.
But the Jamaicans train where? They all train here.
I know, but
they all go to college here.
But that's it. But we'll bring the trainer over there in Japan. Trainer we can't buy. And we can't buy.
You can buy a trainer. He can buy a trainer, but genetically he can't breed. He can't breed human beings.
Well, that's what we're trying to do right now. Trying to bring you black athlete over there to Japan. Take our top Japanese female with the great genes. Get that going. I think we can do this in, less than 20 years. That's only hop, skip, and jump Olympics.
Well, Sonny, the country of Japan might be onto something. I really don't know.
Yeah.
They might be onto something.
But
like I said, I've been talking about this for years, but old Ray Dog don't know what he's talking about.
No, the Japanese figured it out.
Do you know the guy that won the Olympics in 2001? Do you know what country he was from?
What field? What do you?
In the 100-meter dash.
Oh, was it?
Do you know what country he was from?
No. Wasn't he
Italy.
USA guy? Really?
Yes.
I bet you was a black guy.
His father is American.
There you go. See, you can blame the terrible thing happened and slavery and all that stuff, and you and I talked about this.
Right.
But at the same time, they wanted the best worker, strongest, right? And you said this. They want a strong, tall.
Well, the thing is, to make stronger workers, you got to breed stronger people.
Right.
To get more revenue at the end. If I made this much money in the last 4 years, if I got stronger workers that can work this many more hours, this many more, this, that, and the other, put all this stuff together. Look at what my profits are going to be. It still was business. Even in slavery, it was about business.
Economics, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was about, business economics at the end of the day. So if I can do that with the evolution, this went on for 250, 60, 70 years before.
Stevie Ray, You can be a leader to help my country.
What do you mean I can?
Yeah, you can be the broker. I can hook you up with the Japanese government. I can make you an honorary foreign talent relationship guy. I can just see you now in LA at the airport.
Well, man, firstly,
this is week 17 selection.
Firstly, how do
Tyrone.
we know any African American men want to go for this?
Oh, brother, I listen.
What is in it for them? What is in it for them?
Well, economically, I think government can and certainly put them in a financial favorable position.
Okay.
And with like bonus attached to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you
like
talking.
Athlete, like your kid wins, like Junior Olympics. Here you go, brother. We're liking what you're doing, producing.
Okay, but then would that kid be American or would he be Japanese?
He's got to be Japanese. We're doing this for Japan.
Oh, okay. Would he have dual citizenship?
Japanese don't have dual citizenship. If
Why
he was,
not?
I already have one.
Why not?
I don't know. They want to hog everything.
Because if you have a military kid, because a lot of Japanese kids
are
from those military guys,
right?
And over in that area,
right.
Wait a minute, Mr. Fire just said something. Rampage Jackson married a Japanese chick.
Sure.
Got a kid. Was going good till his own mother got in her ear and gave her a dose of sisterhood thinking. I think Mr. Fire owned to something. That's what I say about those people from that Asian women. Because the same thing happened to Sugar Shane Mosley. What about that?
So
what about that?
Here's the one thing that
I want to hear this.
I live here. I live in the U.S.
Yeah.
Thing, I have a 6-foot wife.
Exactly.
So, but one of the first thing you got, they have to stay over there. They can't bring them here. Because the first thing the Japanese women going to learn when they get here is like Eddie Murphy said. Remember when Eddie Murphy said, women from other, you married, I think he was talking about some African woman or something, was going to bring them over. He said, first thing they learn when they come to America, Japanese or anybody else, foreign women that comes here, they said, half. That's what Eddie Murphy said. First thing came out of her mouth.
Why did Shane Mosley wife take damn near everything?
Well, good lawyer.
Mr. Five, find out what Shane Mosley's wife was. I don't know if she was Japanese, Chinese, Vietnamese, or whatever. They all got a connection. Put Shane out in the street. What about that?
The problem is that's American women's fault. American women gets in their ears. And they say, hey, you can have half now.
All the people, she took one punch. She took one punch.
That's American women sabotaging. Hey, why do I need this dude, man? I already own half now.
I guess you're right about that.
Yeah. So you got to keep him there. Don't bring him here for vacation.
Don't bring him to the West.
We got our own Disney. That's about the closest you need to get to West. Keep him over there.
Right.
But Stevie, my family's out there. I got to go.
Okay, brother.
It's always good talking to you, chatting with you.
Okay, bro. Well, I'm glad you came on the show tonight.
I appreciate you having me. And
hopefully, I think it was some good. I think it was a good banter talking about the last episode. But go and watch it, man, so you can.
I will.
We can go and watch it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And
okay, then, brother.
I will do that. But hey, no joke. I think I can hook you up with Japanese Ministry of Future, endeavors.
Yeah, I'll think about it. I'll think about it.
You can be the Japanese pimpy.
Yo, I can think. I'll think about it. That's all I can tell you.
All right.
All right, bro.
All right. I'll talk to you. Thanks
Okay,
for having
bro.
me. Peace.
All right, dog. Peace. Okay, guys. That was the great Sonny Ono. Up this old shenanigans. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Yes. Okay, we got him out of the way now. But hey, guys, appreciate everybody watching the show tonight, man. That's Sonny being Sonny. And he's looking to make some profit off of it, man. You know, but that's Sonny, though. But hold on a second here, guys. Let me see.
Power on. Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth connected.
Yeah, okay. But like I said, man, it is what it is. I appreciate everybody joining the show. And like I said, man, I'll let you guys know when we're getting ready to go to our new network. And I told you guys before, go and check it out. It's called Title Match Wrestling. Title Match Wrestling. That is going to be our new outlet. We're going to be doing things from there. We're going to be doing watch-alongs on MMA. We're going to be doing watch-alongs on boxing. We're going to be doing watch-alongs on professional wrestling also. And we're going to be bringing back big guests and having some fun with it that you guys can participate. And not only that, guys, I'm going to be bringing some of you guys on camera with me. And we're going to talk and we're going to chop it up. We're going to have some fun with this thing like nobody else and nobody else's podcast, man. Because don't nobody do it the way I do it. You can take that to the bank. Don't nobody do it the way we going to do it. And it's going to be on like a steaming pot of neck bones, guys. And y'all know that. Y'all know it. But guys out there that's watching on Facebook, man, I got to get ready to get out of here. I see my boy Patrick on there. I got to get ready to get out of here, man. We've already been on for like an hour and 15 minutes. And hopefully we might have another show Thursday, so keep up for that. You know, you'll get an alert. If you get an alert, hey, go subscribe, become a member. Go subscribe. Let everybody else know. Share everything. And give me your 2 cents on it. And next week, you guys know, 3 to Hard will be back also. 3 to Hard will be back also. And we got a few things to talk about also. But hey, man, I'm looking forward to doing our thing. Excitement is in the air. Like, share, and subscribe. The world's most dangerous podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell all your friends. Hey, man, we do it live. I want to hear what you're thinking. I want to see what you're talking about. Because see, around here is dangerous. And if you can't take the heat, I will throw you out the kitchen, baby. That's what it's about. My name is Stevie Ray. I'll see you next time. But always be one. Peace.